Closed captioning of this show is brought to you by Echo Bearcat, rugged equipment, easy to use.
Hey, the best thing about coming to a salmon festival is they fill you up with salmon cooked in a variety of different ways throughout the course of the weekend. Just before the Springboard Chopping, you had a chance to talk to Sterling Hart. To get your game in good shape, you've been going down under. Just tell me about what happened last February. You were down under in Australia, had a little bit of an accident in the Springboard Chop.
Yeah, it was Valentine's Day, actually. I was doing the Springboard Chop, chopped my first pocket, stuck the axe in the tree, went to grab the board, and the axe actually fell out of the tree, spun around, and just the tip of the axe caught me across the face. And so, yeah, about 50 stitches later, and here I am, still breathing, luckily, so.
Yeah, most lumberjacks have war wounds over their years of competing, of course. Not many guys have a big scar like that on their face, though.
Well, those axes certainly are razor sharp, that's for sure. Now, this is an event, it's grueling on a different level. We just saw these two guys go at the pole climb. This is grueling in terms of endurance at a different level.
That's right. Longest axe event that we have, Springboard Chop. Sterling Hart, though, this is where he's going to even things up on the pole climb. He's not a bad pole climber, but he spent a lot of time perfecting his art of springboard chopping.
4-hit notch there for Sterling as he mixes it up on his first board. Brian Bartow keeping the pace right with him, but Sterling, look at that, making it look easy.
That's right. He's swinging good and hard to make these pockets. That's one thing the lumberjacks have to learn fairly quickly. When you're swinging to make these pockets, you've got to swing hard, hit hard, and then you can get a 4-stroke pocket. That gives you a lot less time getting up, climbing the pole.
Nice fluid motion there by Sterling. You can see how he's just letting the axe flow, and as long as he hits his marks, the axe does the work.
Sterling loves this event. You can see the speed and the strength that he's putting into these chops at the top of his log.
And he's hitting his mark. The axe has got to be accurate as well for it to do the work.
That's right. That 12-inch round white pine on the tops of these logs, and Sterling's chopping it phenomenal. His axe is really eating this wood alive.
Now Bartow can't get any strength. He's sucking up to the tree there with his board sagging a lot. Sterling Hart ready to put the finishing touches on this chop, and Sterling Hart sets the time to beat a 55.95 in the first heat of the springboard. So we were just talking to you a couple of minutes ago about your springboard chop. Did the wood exactly react the way you expected it to?
It did, actually, yeah. I mean, you saw my first pocket there didn't quite hold up like I thought it would, but got up to the second one, so I knew I had to make it a little deeper and put 2 extra hits in, got up there, had a nice board to stand on. Fortunately, the tree was a little loose, so a little bit of a rough ride when I was up there swinging, but overall it went good, I think.
Actually, a really nice replay there, Bill, with Sterling making his top pocket. You could see where it slabbed out when he hit this first stroke. And when lumberjack sees that when he's in the process of doing a springboard chop, he knows that board's not going to hold well. I got to go a little bit deeper to make sure that's going to hold well during my chop at the top.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking. You got a 6-pound axe, razor sharp in your hands, and you don't want to fall off, that's for sure. This next heat, heat number 2, Sergei, Moses, and Weibel, 3 veteran competitors from down south.
That's right. Sometimes what they'll do is to prevent that slabbing, they'll ask you to wrap duct tape around the pole. Nails aren't allowed on it, but duct tape is allowed, and sometimes it keeps that from happening.
Good clean notch there by Sergei. David Moses gets in there with his hands, cleans out all the chips. Now he's going back with his axe. How important to get all the chips out.
That's right. Those chips at the back end of your pocket, what you want to do is have that clean right to the back end so you can shove the springboard shoe right to the back. That's what holds it really well. Usually if you swing well with the heel of your axe, you can clean that out one stroke of the axe. When you don't get it that way, the guys get in there with their fingers, that starts costing them time.
Nice second board there by Brandon Sergei. Weibel well on his way to the first side. Oh, a glancing blow. That's dangerous.
Oh, man, he handled that axe phenomenally. There's no place for your feet to go when you're on the top board and you swing and you have a glance like that. Rob Weibel, though, veteran competitor, doesn't stir him at all. He's right back in swinging strong again.
We got a fantastic race here in heat number 2 of the springboard chop. Sergei, Moses, and Weibel, all 3 of them ready to put the finishing touches on the first side. Who's going to turn first?
12 inches of round white pine on the top here. Weibel's actually chopping it really well. He's into the finer strokes here, doing his back swings.
He's got a choked up grip there on his backswing to give him a little bit more accuracy, putting the finishing touches on it. David Moses also driving. Rob Weibel wins this heat in 1:11.40, and Moses and Sergei right behind him. Fantastic race there with Dave and Brandon, and I haven't seen you in a couple of years on Lumberjacks. You've been out of the game. You said you took a little bit time off.
Yeah, just I've been doing this since a little kid, and my body was just worn out. And tired of traveling to shows. I wanted to see a little bit of the world. So parts of the world that don't have big trees. I've been everywhere that's beautiful that has big trees, but I haven't been anywhere that's desert or ocean or places like that. So my wife and I spent a little time traveling around. It was really nice.
Mitchell Hewitt, Scotch Creek, professional tree faller.
I'm Carl Bischoff. I'm from Shuswap Lake, British Columbia. I run a small cow-calf operation, and I'm a professional arborist.
Oh, Bill can't wait to watch this heat of the springboard chop. Carl Bischoff's been a champion in the springboard chop for years and years in Canada, but he's got his hands full here with Mitch Hewitt. Mitch Hewitt is rewriting the record book in springboard chop.
Well, he's a world champion. We all know that, and the best springboard chopper in the world. And you just watch him make these notches, and it seems so effortless. There it is, 4 hits, perfect board set going up into his second notch.
That's right. He can actually do this, I'm sure, blindfolded. He does his 4-stroke pockets every time he does it. Perfect board set, and he's up and going to get into this block.
Now, when you look at his left foot there on the board, Mitch Hewitt, he's way out in the back there where he can get maximum power in the head of that axe.
He knows that his pocket is perfect. He knows his board's going to be perfect, and he can really concentrate on. Look how hard he's hitting this block.
And he hits his mark every time. Carl Bischoff doing an excellent job as well right now. 55.95 is a time to be set by Sterling Hart in the first heat. Mitch Hewitt's going to take down that time.
He knows it's a good time, but Mitch also knows if he keeps his pace up, he can take that time down, and he's going to do it here on the springboard.
He's putting some finishing touches on it. It's Mitch Hewitt wins the springboard chop with a time of 42.42, taking out father-in-law. I know you did a 4-4 there, but explain to me how you can do a 3-hit pocket.
Well, you can do a 3-hit pocket. It takes the right first 2 hits to go in perfect the way you want it, and then everything has to work out, but I can't give away secrets on TV. But I have done a 2-hit hole before, and that's actually easier than a 3.
Okay, so there you did a 4-4. There's no reason to try anything special here today. You just want to do a good, complete chop?
No, just want to play it safe, and it's not the right wood to do a 2 or 3-hit board. You need the right type of wood and the right conditions, and it's not worth risking if you don't have to.
Well, sooner or later, we're going to see Mitch Hewitt figure out a 1-hit notch, as he is the best in the world in the springboard chop. He annihilates the field with a 42.42.